Welcome to the Run 7 show, everybody. As always, you can skip these clips if you want to, but why would you want to do that? The past several streams, we had lots of VR action where I had to take my clothes off because I was getting scared so badly, and a lot of other shenanigans as well. Hope you enjoy. Woo! That's right! Special Agent Run 7 on the case. I met a pimp today. She's a hologram. I ain't even getting a hand job from this. I'm sorry, Idris Elba is a gorgeous specimen. I'm straight as an arrow, but I'd still like to know the details. Played World of Warcraft yesterday? What is wrong with you? He's probably too busy carrying sacks of money to the bank. And that's like, yeah, I thought I'd just sample some heroin. Dude, you're gonna get hooked on that. We'll never see you again. You gotta watch out for that WoW shit. Next week, we'll be installing the Banrello redemption for anybody who wants it. We're gonna keep it real cheap. Wanna build a snowman?
Sucking that gut. Oh, Jesus! Huh. When I walk toward that door, the guy's gonna get me. Huh. Oh, Jesus! Huh. Huh. Oh, shit! Huh. I don't remember if the bell's over here or not. Huh. Shit! Oh! Oh, go, 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 go! Go, 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 go! Ah! Come on, come on! Go, 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 go! Ah! Ah! Fuck me, I'm out of here! Go, 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 go! Ah! Oh, fuck this! I'm not going that way. I don't know where. Ah! Shit! Oh my god! Jesus! Fuck me! God damn, okay, fuck it. I can't do that. I can't do that shit anymore.
So juvenile. So wonderful. Johnny's just rolling his eyes.
Coming in fast.
Looks like I found the other side of the map.
It's so stupid.
I'll kill you, you motherfucker! Woo! Whoa, he blew me off the fucking map! Hope the benefits are good. Woo! There's lots of things in my stream that don't work right. I'm not gonna question it. Okay, I got a little trigger happy on that one, but I really wasn't expecting him to come out of the floor. Don't claim my kill. I'm the psychopath here. Can't pay you guys to play with me. That's how much you hate me. Oh, damn it, that one was good. What the? Flamethrower sucks. Oh no, it's the big guy. Flamethrower's not such a bad idea. Come on, you fat bastard, move. Run! Who needs skill when you got smart guns? This game is hella fun. It's a feature, you pay more for it. Did I just say hella? Sorry, I think I woke up in 2012. Elder's gonna get 3 blueprints out of this because Elder's willing to play with me when everybody else picks me last for dodgeball. Nice maxed out cock. Thanks, Fost. Yeah, thanks. Gotta have a big cock in this game. Arc Raiders just likes me better than you, that's all it is. Right tool for the job, everybody. Pro tip from your local contractor. It looks like a cheap Raven here. It's not doing anything. So when they push the doorbell, it just shoots 2 tasers right out in their neck. Maybe it should have a camera and I should be the one who decides whether it shoots them or not because I don't want to accidentally get my mom when I lock her out of the house. Oh, yeah, all right. So there's me with the cheerleaders from the Dallas Cowboys. Man, that's strong stuff right there. I'm all by my lonesome. I've been abandoned. If that's not the devil holding the door for you, I don't know what is. Try that again. What's up, everybody? We're gonna be reviewing Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade here today. What was that? Why did that happen? Maybe that was weird. Why'd my alert come in behind that picture? I'm on the right screen. Why is that background on there? Sorry, I'm screwing with new cameras, as usual. Oh, I know why. I have this weird background. That's what I wanted. I don't know why my... Huh, must be on left display. That's weird. Whatever, we're gonna turn that off. Yeah, so Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade and my broken ass stream setup. Dan's gonna be here shortly along with Will, I hope. I think Will's gonna be here. And we're gonna go over Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade, so it should be pretty good. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna try and play some Dead Space while I wait for Dan to join us. So let me see if I can get that going. When I usually load Dead Space, it usually makes my system kind of tank for a bit. So if you see me jar and stop and freeze and everything, just give it a second. It'll get there. It'll get there eventually. What's going on, everybody? What's up, Devils fan? What's up, Wonderful D? What's up, Demarin? Resubscribed for 9 months in a row. Thank you for that. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Not sure if you can hear me because my system's kind of kinking up here. Not the kind of kink I like either. Indiana Jones and the last good movie in the franchise. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Don't give it away. Yeah, it's the truth though. This is the last good movie in the franchise, and frankly, I think it's my favorite in the franchise. I like it better than the first movie. Convince me otherwise, right? Don't try and convince me otherwise. What is this? Is this a pencil? Oh, that's one of them lead pencils. I want something else. Man, I got so much junk in my junk thing. Look at that's packed full. I have not one, but 2 fidget spinners in there. I don't know why I've got 2, but I do. I'm gonna leave that red one out to play with. I got scissors, multiple fingernail cuticle clippers, tweezers for when those nose hairs just get too ticklish, and about 800 pens that I never use. There's like 2 pens in there that I actually use, and all those other pens are like felt tip pens, or all that crap that you reach for in your pen cup and you end up not using it because it's not a pen you actually want to write with. They're all that kind of pen in there. Yeah, so it's a lot of junk. Okay, let me rate this movie real fast while we wait for this game to load. Wow, never mind. Game's gonna load up fast today. Normally it takes forever for this thing to come in. Also, we gotta make sure that my controls are working too. Where's my controller? Oh. It says battery's at 5%, but I don't think that's the truth. It's a little janky, but I think it's gonna work. All right. Real quick, while we're waiting for people to show up and stuff, I'm gonna go through the numbers here and rate that movie before Dan shows up. Acting in the movie, dude, I don't think there was anything that could have done any better. Honestly, I was blown away by that. Actually, the plot had a few minor holes, and one kind of like, we're gonna just kind of slip this in there, kind of hope nobody notices, hole that was gaping huge in the plot. Kind of had some issues with those, but it worked well enough, and I liked what they did with it. The dialogue was great as always. I'm gonna even give that a little bump over some previous ones. Let's see, direction. Yeah, I love the direction of this one. I thought it was fantastic. We got to at least give it as much as the first one, I think. And the effects in this one were better than any of the effects in the previous. The sound, gonna be right across the board, pretty much getting 75s there for the whole franchise. Some of their music, they play a little bit too much. And how fun was this one? This one was loads of fun. You know what? Honestly, this one just hit the marks on fun. All right, so You'll have to wait and see at the end of our rating to see what I'm actually going to score that one for. But just so you guys know, it's going to be a good one. Oh, also, we're trying to hit our watch hour benchmark on our rating. So tonight, once Dan gets here and he gets it live, if you would please watch the show on YouTube and watch the live show, that would really help us get those watch hours done. We've got all the other marks to monetization except for watch hours. That's just one that you just got to grind out over time, you know? So we're hoping people will start watching it live on YouTube instead of Twitch, at least for this. I like Twitch better, but, you know, we turn off all our stuff anyways. Oh, hold on a second. Let's turn off the corny music and just listen to the gruesome effects that is Dead Space. Nope, that's not what I want. Go back here to this. All right, looks like we got it there. Resume. All right. Let's go kill some necromorphs. Or cut them up anyway. Which way are we going? Can we go that way? Okay. I actually have an episode of our rating running in the background right now. Thank you, Wonderful D. I appreciate that. I don't know how many hours we need, but it's gonna be a bunch. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a bunch.
Friends, is this what you hoped for when you signed your lives away to the church? Does this carnage look like transcendence? I don't know what lies beyond death. Not anymore. But I do know our lives are more than just fuel for convergence. If we work together, we can fight this evil. It's not too late. Please.
My backpack. We got our 4 guns. We got lots of ammo for the pulse cutter, plasma cutter. We got ripper blades. We got, ooh, gold semiconductors. We're going to try and sell those. Want to work towards that new suit. Line racks. I do like the line gun. And contact energy for the contact rifle thingy. Are we reloaded everywhere? That contact gun is badass. All right, here we go. Wants us to go straight across, so of course we're gonna try every other door but that one. Exec quarters key card needed.
Key card required.
Captain B. Mathis. Let's see if he's got a security card for us. Thought I heard something. Text log? Dude, we ain't reading a text log. Forget that. I barely listen to the audio logs. I ain't gonna read a text log. Make me work at playing a video game? Come on. Do you see the trailer for Alien Isolation 2? No, not yet. I heard it's out, or I heard it got announced, but I haven't seen the trailer for it. Which one is it? This? Move all our crap out of the way here. Do you got a link for me, Wonderful D? We'll check it out right now. Another text log. We're not reading that. Nope. Some credits. Definitely want credits. Infidels. Okay. Somebody smashed that one. That sucks because there's usually a node in that. And then this is where it wants us to go, so we're not gonna go there. Line racks, nice. Ripper blades, nice. Always fun. And this one's just locked. Doesn't even say why, it's just locked. Okay. Destroy tendrils in exec quarters. Does that mean I gotta cut this thing? Let's do a ripper on it. It's not working. That's not what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I gotta shoot it in a certain spot? I don't see any like highlighted areas. Exec quarters key card. Well, let's go back there then. Go back to the exec quarters. Check that out. I hear a monster or something though. Okay, there's that tendril. What's this?
Clearance confirmed.
Ooh, we got clearance for this one. Okay. Gameplay's like 8 minutes. I want both, man. You know I'm a fiend for that game. Oh, Jesus. Let's just run away for a second and find a gun that's better than that. Ah, damn it. We're just gonna shake these little buggers off. Better than wasting the ammo. There we go. That's cool. We got a big ammo, or a big health bar refill anyway. Let's go to the exec quarters. We're gonna check out the exec quarters, and then we're gonna check out alien isolation here. Whoop, that's the way it wants me to go.
Logging security card.
Oh, do I have RE7? I'm sorry. Hold on. I knew I was forgetting something when I went to go live. I knew I was forgetting something. It's gonna be here. We'll bring this up. We're gonna go to Twitch and change that. I didn't even have Twitch up, or the Twitch stream manager anyway. Sorry, Max Carnage. We were playing RE7. That's my Sunday night horror survival is RE7. Let's do, we're going to do talk, because Dan's going to be here in a minute. We're going to do talk shows and podcasts. We're just killing time playing Dead Space right now. All right, there's that. And, whoa. Let's go resume. That looks, oh my God. Dude, one shot just owned that guy. Holy crap. Yeah, it's holding up just fine now. Yeah, no control issues. I haven't figured out why we get control issues. It's hit or miss. It's kind of intermittent, but today it's running smooth, so. Dang it, I just used a health pack and I didn't need to. Master override oh man. Every time I think I've got the final security key, we find a security designation that's even higher. All right, this one's open now. Clear it of monsters. No monsters? Okay. So anxious to see this alien isolation. I can't believe I haven't checked this trailer out already. I've been pretty busy though. I've been real busy with work and dude, I mowed 11 lawns today. That's my record for one day, 11. I did have my oldest help me with 3 of them. And he's actually getting pretty good, so he did actually help. I probably would have only gotten 10 if it weren't for him. Did I mute myself somehow? Only at the very beginning of the stream, I came in muted like I always do. Yeah, so hold on. Let's go check out Alien Isolation, the trailer, and then we're gonna check out some of this gameplay. Here's the 2-minute trailer. Say hello to Firefox. Why are we on Firefox? Frickin' Firefox. I'm not hearing anything. I don't hear anything at all. Why am I not getting any audio from... Oh, I know why. It's coming through Firefox for some weird reason. And so I need to adjust that. What the hell's that all about? Why my system sounds just crapped out? Firefox. I've never set up Firefox. Let's do browser, I guess. There we go. Okay, this might blow my ears out now. Okay, we'll start over. Much better with sound. Your mistake. It was expensive. That's something the company rarely forgives. This is your last chance.
Do you understand? Yes. I understand.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right, let's check out 30 minutes of Alien Isolation. It's only a 5-minute. It's only a 5-minute video. Oh, that's never mind. That's not what we want. What that guy's deal is, can we? Oh my God! Get off my screen with these stupid pop-ups.
Zanny, play Arc Raiders. Zamiel, play Marathon. Xanathan.
Okay, that's dumb.
Desert. After the first.
Don't want to play that. Well, I don't know. I didn't see any gameplay footage. That was for Alien Isolation, the first one, so whatever. Oh. Yeah, looks, I mean, it's a teaser trailer, but as a teaser trailer, it looks great. The preview videos I'm seeing just seem to show the trailer, and the video I watched that had actual gameplay is gone. Yeah, that makes sense. I was kind of surprised to see gameplay footage this early after announcement, but that's okay. Where's Dan at? Because aren't we getting close? Isn't it getting close to go time here? Go. Still waiting for the host to join. Let's message Dan real fast. Don't you usually start at 6? It's still 20 minutes away. Yeah, I mean, we start at 8 Central. 6 your time. Late Ghoulie strikes again. Yeah, that's okay. Let's go back to Dead Space then while we wait for Dan to holler at me. A lot of times Dan will come in a little bit early, or will come in early, and we can kind of just like get to goofing around on the movie scene rather than just watching me play other video games and stuff. Where am I going now? Okay. So we checked everything out. Now it's time to go. Okay. Let's go ahead and shoot this thing. Come on. Pop out of there, I dare you. No? Okay. Little poles. It's creepy. Hear a little whisper guy? He says, "Can you hear me?" And then we just leave. That was it? Okay. I bet there's gonna be a bunch of people in this room now. Straight back. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Hazardous anomaly detected.
Hazardous anomaly. Let's lock you in with it. That was easy. No, Birdie, don't turn them into monsters. Oops, that's no good. Come on, cut him off. Dude, I'm crushing these guys. Oops, that guy got past me. I think I got everything.
Quarantine lifted.
Well, that was easy. That was easy. First Officer D. White? I don't think we've been in his room yet. Oh, yeah, we were. This is the infidel room. Okay, never mind. And then we got the captain's room, which we went in. Okay, let's go across the other side and see if we can... those maybe are the ones that were locked, and we got the key for them. I don't remember. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, we went in here and cleared it out. Okay. There's a red case in there that I can't get access to because I don't have the clearance for it. What's up, Muna? It's my Christmas Eve, and my favorite con is this weekend. The cast of the 100 will be there. What convention is it? I'm kind of stoked for UFC Freedom 250 this weekend on Sunday. I'm gonna have some people over and watch the fights. So I won't be at the watch party that Sunday. Be the first watch party I think I've missed, like, ever. But I just want to see the fights, so I'm taking that day off. Whoops. Going this way? We're okay. Okay, I guess I got turned around. I thought I was going the right direction, and I went backwards instead. Now we're on the right path. I wish they'd remaster number 2. I keep saying this. I want Dead Space 2 remastered. Oh, here we go. Look. There's a spire. I could probably shoot that from here, right? No? I guess not. Sci-Fi Valley Con in my town? I never heard of that one. Is it good? I mean, obviously science fiction, so yeah, it's good. Okay, we're just wasting rounds trying to shoot that thing from afar. Hey, how close are we on the store to getting that new suit? We got the credits for the new suit. Let's go inventory and sell these. I don't think we're anywhere near it. Yeah, I don't want to sell the health packs. 60,000 credits. Oh, man. Want that. All those other guns I don't care about. All right. Oh. Jesus.
Rick! I'm Pickle Rick!
That's a new one. Haven't seen that one. Shit. Phew. What's up, Hillary? How's it going? I'm a big fan of Pickle Rick. My kids are too, actually. Don't tell my wife that I let them watch it, but they know all about Pickle Rick. Stasis pack. Chief Steward's office.
Hi, I'm Dr. Terrence Pine. Remember we spoke on the valley?
If you're real, let me in. I need to destroy that cluster behind you.
Not yet. Escape on that shuttle and you'll kill us all. When they took the marker from Aegis 7, it woke the being in the core of the planet.
Fuck me.
The hell is that?
Mercer calls it the hive mind. Nexus Wicked Switch controls these deck warmers in the back. single necromorph escapes, humanity is finished. The marker. Emilia, she knew. She told me it would return the beast to its slumber.
Okay, so if we return the marker to Aegis 7, it'll stop the outbreak?
Exactly. But we need the shuttle to return it to the planet. You have a singularity core, and I can retrieve it. So what do you say?
If it'll end this for good, deal.
Excellent. I can distract Mercer, but not for long. Get the marker to the shuttle bay quickly. Thank you, Mr. for helping me fix my mistakes.
I can barely understand what that guy's saying. I got the volume cranked. All right, so new plan. We're going to move the marker back to the planet's surface. And then we can mess around with stuff.
Clearance confirmed.
Small med pack? That's lame. All right, let's run back to a save spot because I think I hear Dan tinkering. And I had a save spot not too far away from here. Dan, is that you I hear? He's not answering now. Oop, small med pack there. Take that. Orders to deluxe. Two deluxe quarters. I don't know what that's all about. There's the save file right there. Miss Hillary, you should have seen us playing RE7 Biohazard. They were popping off jump scares left and right, and they were getting me like every single time. It was kind of brutal. I mean, that's why I play horror survival games, are for the jump scares, and the game itself was making me jump, and then everybody else was throwing out jump scares as well. So we were having a great time on that one. I can't I've been wanting to play that game before Sunday comes back around, and I haven't really had the opportunity to. I try to keep those survival horrors to just Sunday. Dan's trying to become a stealth. Jesus Christ. Dan's trying to be a stealth ninja. My mouse ain't working. It's kind of weird. Why's my mouse not working? Oh, there it goes. Out of nowhere, it just starts working. Fine. Okay. That's how things go around here. That's how it goes. Let's get rid of some of this stuff and get some other stuff set up the way it's... There's Dan's chair. There's Dan's chair, but Dan's not in it. I can hear Dan rummaging around in his studio. Clearly, Dan doesn't have his headphones on, or he'd be saying something to us. Chair stream. I don't know what he's doing. Sounds like he's got a construction project going on over there. Still doesn't have his headphones on, so he doesn't know we're talking about him. Put on your headphones, Dan! How does he not know? Put on your headphones, Dan! Do you not see me? Maybe if he puts up... There! Hey, look at that! He saw me! Oh, we've got Dan with ears.
Barely.
We were listening to you rummage around your studio for quite some time.
Oh, fantastic. I'm so glad. Really, really glad we kept the language to a minimum.
Let me see something here real fast. I gotta switch something real fast. Let's go. One. Then that. And let's go back to this. And we're gonna get rid of that. There we go. Look at my R rating Indiana Jones thing I made. Isn't that cool? Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Sorry, I'm doing 8 things in the background.
Nobody loves me.
I'm doing almost.
Move your head. Move your head.
Will's not doing anything except ignoring me. That's the one thing he's doing.
That's actually kind of fun.
For some reason, my restream window is like frozen, but everything else seems to be working. So I might pop out and jump back in.
You look good to us.
Well, I'm glad
Always.
I look good. I just like I like being able to see y'all when I talk to y'all, you know?
Yeah. Let me try this without the
Room
front
is in a
light.
disaster, so I'm trying to keep at least the colorful
That's too
boxes
dark.
away from the camera.
I have to keep that on, I guess.
I think. Oh, I did. Whatever. We'll do that. In a second.
Oh, did you want to do a share chat?
Yes, but I will get there.
Oh, okay.
So much stuff. Sorry, I am.
No rush, no rush. I know how it goes.
Record this episode, drop out, and go back to work.
Oh, you're gonna go back to work tonight?
Like working on the house.
Oh, working on the house. Yeah.
We have the agent coming tomorrow to take a look at it and kind of like go over the last number of things. Then on Sunday, we have the photographer coming to put it up on, I don't know what you guys have in the States, but like MLS. And then Sunday afternoon, they've already booked a showing. There's some people pretty interested to move to the area. So, I mean, fingers crossed, but I don't think we're going to get quite that lucky.
So how's the real estate market in general in Canada? Is it still a little like inflated in areas and messed up, or did things kind of start leveling out finally?
Thank you, Enola. I appreciate the subscribe. You're amazing. It's leveling out for sure. A lot of like our economy is a bit different. I don't know what houses sell for in your area. Things in the 500,000 to 600,000 range go pretty quickly. But during like 2000 COVID-ish, they built a lot of properties in Park Hill for like $1 million. And they are
That's not at all where Dan lives. That was just a random location he was talking about in general. You can go ahead and forget about it.
Together. That's all that was. It's fine. I'm moving anyways. Fuck it.
Yeah, right. SWAT the next guy.
Yeah, exactly. So like there's like $1 million homes that aren't moving at all, but everything kind of in the range we're looking to move is actually moving pretty easily. So
that's good. That's good.
Good to know. All right, let's do that. Let's switch you. Let's go to Twitch and knock on your door, unless you've already knocked on mine.
I haven't sent a knock to you.
Door. I'm gonna load up some YouTubes.
Okay, you should be knocked on.
See if I can watch our rating there.
Rare Dan sighting shares the 45-minute video, if that. Be honest. We're gonna run through it. Like, I'm just gonna like go live. 94. Bye. Click.
I didn't receive. I didn't receive anything from you, Dan. Not yet, anyway.
No. All right. I'll try again.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Yay! I like it when things work. Doesn't happen often.
But it is helpful.
Yeah.
Feel like we're getting better at least, but. All right, I can do this now.
So, Will, what'd you do today? What you been up to, man?
Me? Oh, yeah, home, sick with the boy, strong boy.
Is Strong Boy sick or are you sick?
Yeah, well, he's got me sick too, but he was worse off than I was so far. So kept him home from school just so he could have a chill, relaxed day, and that was that. And then, got ready for the show. Just easy going. Oh, I also put a poll up on my Discord for the next IRL location that I will be feasting upon next Friday. It's going to be a Pizza Friday IRL. I put 3 different pizza restaurants up so people can go and vote which one they want me to go to.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Dan, for the subscription. Really appreciate that. 27 months is a hell of an achievement. Or sorry, you've been started 28 months. My apologies. 27 in a row.
Even more of an achievement.
Is that the IRL for life?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Enola just subscribed.
So it's
IRL for life, so like a charity?
No, IRL for life is
the name of the channel in his Discord where the poll's taking place.
Okay.
Looks like we got our choice of three pizza places. Thank you, Enola, for the subscription. Appreciate that.
Dad will definitely know of one of them.
Okay. And Out of curiosity, Fusion Demon responded to us from YouTube. I can see that. Can anybody on Twitch see his comment?
Good question.
Because I was hoping that they'd be able to like cross-pollinate, in which case that'd be pretty amazing.
What a way to word that.
But my Twitch is horrendously slow. It just now told me that Dan subscribed. So awesome. Thanks, Twitch.
Also, for everybody watching, we're trying to get our watch hours in on YouTube. So if you don't mind, most of us turn off our redemptions and stuff during the R rating anyway, so Twitch doesn't give you too much of an advantage. So if you don't mind, we would love it if you went over to YouTube and watched us live there so that we could try and get our watch hours going.
Yes, and we can still see you. Well, okay, I can still see you on YouTube. Can you guys in the restream chat see YouTube?
Yes, I can see.
Okay.
But your Twitch viewers cannot see those chats.
You guys aren't sharing Twitch chat, aren't we? I swear I did that. Start sharing chat. Good Lord. Okay, now we're sharing Twitch chat. Thank you, Windstorm. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Windstorm.
Okay, another thing, I've never seen this before. I have a treasure train going on right now as opposed to a hype train.
What's the treasure all this shit comes out. I could not keep up with it.
So treasure train's complete at level 1, 63%. Oh, it's over now, but whatever. Okay. Participants save 35% on 5 or more gifted subs at level 2. So if you get a treasure train, it also makes subs cheaper to try and keep the train going. I didn't know that was a thing.
How do you get the train? How do you get the treasure train going?
Enola and D. Marin both subscribed, and that was enough. So 2 subscribers, and
I see. So a handful of people have to bite the bullet and sub at regular price to give the next batch a discount on those subs. Okay. All right. It's a buy 20, get the next 5 for free kind of thing.
Yeah. I think it's like a hype train, only it's randomized if it becomes a treasure train, in which case you can get the...
Oh, every once in a while they're working like a Temu version of the hype train in there to try and get some other stuff.
I feel like the better version.
Oh, well, it's just stuff for sale is what I'm saying. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So it looks like, we can see you on YouTube. Twitch can't talk to YouTube, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish that they did cross-pollinate more. I mean, we can do that on like my stream, my regular stream, but not here. Shared Golden Kappa Train. A shared Golden Kappa Train just started in your channel. What the frick?
Now you have Golden Kappa, so anybody who donates or bits or subs gets the Golden Kappa.
Can I get a Golden? I don't know how that started though. Like what?
It's random, just like a hype train.
But nothing even I didn't get anything to even start a train of any kind.
Well, obviously something happened.
Sub, gift, or cheer to level up your Kappa Golden Train.
I don't understand what's happening, but thank you.
Anyway,
Twitch.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anybody who gifts a sub or cheers will get a Golden Kappa for 24 hours.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, that's pretty cool. Is that?
And if you send Dan naked pics, you'll get a golden shower train. That's the next one.
I don't know how
Mrs. Hillary just cheered 100 bits.
Like stream together, you guys might both be getting the same.
I don't know.
It might affect both of you.
D. Marin gave out 5 subs to the community. D. Marin, you are absolutely incredible. Thank you again so much for Enola for giving out 100 bits. And I saw that Miss Hillary gave out 100 bits over on Run 7's channel. So one way or the other, you guys are getting some stuff, some kappas of some kind.
Oh,
hey, you just subscribed, Cleaning Agent. Thank you for subscribing to me.
Well, I got gifted. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Dan, you're the best. I appreciate you so much, buddy. You're awesome. What was I going to say? Oh,
thank you, Enola. Appreciate that.
Just cheered 100 bits.
How is it that so I'm talking to us in YouTube and it's not appearing in the shared chat. So is Restream not feeding YouTube back through?
I guess not. Like we can see it, but I guess it's not.
So you saw me type into chat that I was like, I'm here. Okay. I have no way of seeing that. Will and I can't see it unless we're watching. Well, I mean, I can see it on the feed that I've got over here, but
I can see it on the feed, yeah. Just not on
I see.
Twitch.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Theoretically, does this work? Or this is... Yeah, okay, so Enola Holmes tested. Okay, so if I do this, then you can see everybody on the screen, but then it makes us small. We're not going to do that for the full episode, obviously, but right now that works.
So Devil's Fan, the reason it was working on just my stream is because I'm streaming to my YouTube channel and Twitch simultaneously, as well as to Dan's restream and Dan's R-rating YouTube that he's streaming to. So you could see it on mine because I have those linked and you were over on mine. And he can see it on his because he's linked over on his, if that makes any sense.
When I'm not streaming R-rating, everybody should be able to do it because I do have extensions that are not restream. Like on my OBS, I do the same way Brian does.
Yeah.
But while I'm doing this, I'm limited to whatever restream can do. And apparently it's just this. So...
Well, until you pay for the platinum membership, and then they'll send it everywhere. Then they send it to your mother's phone and everything.
Restream gets expensive if you want to. Like, you can spend a ton of money on this. It's kind of silly, but I mean, also like some of the perks are pretty cool. Like,
thank you for gifting that sub, Windstorm, over to Burnsy. Appreciate that.
Oh, nice! Congrats. Thank you, Windstorm.
Shared Golden Capitrain level 3. 43%. No idea what that does, but it's freaking cool.
Well, I mean, theoretically, people should get kappas. I don't know.
What's a kappa?
So, okay, you see the little face that Devil's Fan is making? The three...
Yeah.
That is kappa, and then the golden one is just that in gold.
Oh, I didn't know that was kappa. What is that?
This is actually
I don't...
kappa.
Just cheered 15.
That's the kappa.
Oh, sorry, that one. My bad. Yeah. Cleaning agent's correct.
Oh, that's the... And doesn't that also mean like sarcastic or something?
I have no idea what it means. I've never known.
Oh, I've never... Oh, okay.
You'll get it in gold.
That but gold. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Matthew.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
This feels...
It's sad that I have to spend so much time just catching up on all the stuff that I've missed. And I'm not even like out of the loop. It's just so much stuff is constantly being invented and created in both pop culture and Twitch and streaming in general. There's just stuff coming out of everywhere. You just can't keep up with it all.
I thought you meant like on Twitch and stuff like this, like the kappas and whatnot. You mean just like in general, like language and whatnot.
Oh yeah, language in general, but like there's a subculture on Twitch that uses its own language and emotes and stuff, and I'm always behind on that. People are throwing stuff up in chat, and I'm like, oh, thanks for whatever the hell that was. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. Portland RoboCop paid for this last week, and I completely didn't see it until like an hour later when we were already recording. But I'll throw this on for a few minutes when we get started. Yeah, so actually, exciting news for anybody who didn't see the Discord, !Discord, if you're not part of the coalition already. We did hit, or if you want to join the R-Rating Discord, which would be even better, we did hit 500 subs this week on YouTube, which is a milestone I'm very excited for. We're actually up to 511 already, so we are growing. We are picking up some steam, which is great to finally see. But we are missing some watch hours. So we have mentioned, like, if you're willing to, once we start recording and we're not really interacting with the chat anyways, switch over to the Red platform and just watch like an hour of that. That would be pretty incredible of you. If you don't want to do that, no problem whatsoever. We really just appreciate hanging out with all you guys anyways, whether you want to do it here, the green chat, the purple chat, the red chat, wherever you want to catch us out, or if you want to watch us, the edited version, like any of those are completely fine. But it would help us out if you can put some hours into YouTube, or even just like have it playing in the background while you're, doing some housework or driving to work or whatever it is you want to do. That would be pretty incredible. And then once we hit that first level of monetization, we can unlock a couple of cool things on YouTube, which would be fun, but not really necessary. Just more of a cool little feather in our cap. Anyways, thank you all very much for 500 subs. Really means a lot. We really appreciate you. And thank you all for being here on a Thursday night and spending your time with us. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
There, so we got a couple of golden caps in the chat. How do you even use them? Like, where do they show up in your, do you have to just type it in?
Yeah, your kappa just becomes golden for 24 hours, I think. You just type in KAPPA.
Interesting.
And I think it's kind of cool. The hype train shows like the percentage of where they came from. Somebody's got a rainbow kappa.
That's me. Where the heck did that come from? Is that because I was leading the chart?
You had 75% of that. You had 75% of that. So you got the rainbow one, I guess. I got that other thing, whatever that other thing is. Let me see what that is. If it's gonna.
I don't have a gold one. I've only got.
Yeah, that's
the pride one.
Rainbow.
The pride. Yeah,
that's iconic. This is what this is called.
Okay
this is called That's Iconic. I don't know. Some cartoonish foo chick. Oh, she like pops her glasses up or something. Oh, that's kind of cool. I guess.
Of hype trains unlocks new just Twitch emotes. So you got that Twitch emote from the hype train, I think.
Okay, a couple of people got the rainbow one like me. Like Skinny Matthews got it. Miss Hillary's got it. That's cool. Feels good just sit here and talk about nonsense. I don't know. You want to talk about movies?
That's how I feel about emotes all the time. I'm just like, what? It's nonsense, but people like them. So, yeah, I've got my score written down and everything this time, Dan. I was ready. Well, I didn't actually add it up, so maybe I'm not 100% ready, but I'm working on it today. I'm getting pretty close.
So
you're doing way better than me. I have not done a lick of research or anything for this movie. I made this graphic 8 minutes ago. Just literal nothing prepared wise for this. Other than I did watch the movie with the watch party. Go me. That was a fun watch party. That was a good one. Yeah. I had a good time there. Like, I figured we're so busy this week. I was like, Amy, if I have to do this anyways, and I'm gonna have to watch it at some point, I really might as well just double dip and just get it over with and do it at the same time. And I figured this would be a fun one to watch with other people. So it was nice to have a couple people around. Whew, all right. Thank you, everybody. You've all been incredible. We appreciate you. Now we're going to record and talk to ourselves and ignore you for an hour.
Oh.
Not completely ignore them, but, you know.
Kind of. We'll read what you have to say. We won't interact with you at all.
Yeah, we definitely read everything that comes through there. Especially when Dan's talking, I just zone him out and just start reading chats. That's a great time to be typing.
I noticed.
Has anybody else? No, I don't know.
No, actually, in my defense, or not even my defense, but in my honestly, there have been, maybe not last week, but like the 2 weeks before, I was just zoning out while we were having these chats, and I was having the hardest time concentrating. I don't know what was wrong with me, but like you guys would go to add, like you like throw the question to me, and I'd be like, yeah, me too, because I don't know what we're talking about. I'm here today though. I'm tuned in. I'm dialed in. I'm ready.
I'm not trying to be a dick, but there've been a couple of times, especially in the last few weeks, I guess. So maybe it's kind of leading to the same thing, where I feel like I'm building to a point, and you just gotta like, yeah, and then this happened. I'm just like, motherfucker. I'm so close to getting my point out.
Yeah, I step on everybody all the time. We know. I'm trying to shorten my little rants and not step on anybody. So we'll keep working at it.
Fair. All right.
All we can do is try.
Yeah. Good to go?
Yeah, good to go.
I mean, yeah, as good as we're gonna get, probably.
All right.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, 1989. When his father goes missing and foul play is suspected, Indiana Jones, one of the world's leading archaeologists, goes from searching for relics to searching for relatives.
That was a nice Sean Connery. I liked your Egyptian Frenchman. That was really good.
Wow. Wow.
It wasn't a dig at you. That was a callback to episode 2.
Yes, the Spaniard or whatever.
Oh, Spanish. Damn it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It's all good. It's anytime we can get some Highlander in here, that's all we need.
Yeah, and Blue Lightning. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Our Rating, the show where I get together with two of my friends. We take a movie franchise, break it down by movie, give an overall score, and then throw it back up on the board. If you're watching this at Twitch, remember to hit the follow button. If you're on YouTube, hit subscribe. And if you listen to the audio version, please leave a 5-star rating. It does help out the show quite a bit. I'm joined, as always, by Brian and Will. Brian, how are you doing this week?
I'm good, Dan. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. We're very busy around here at my house, but things are moving well. Things are very exciting. We put an offer in on the new house and they accepted it. So now we just need to sell our house and we'll be in great shape. Will, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing A-okay. I'm excited to, get to the end of this franchise and move on to the... Well, shoot. We have 2 more after this, don't we?
We're getting to the end of the good part of the franchise. You know what?
I don't know.
I'm going to take that back, though.
They ride off into the sunset. That's the end to me. I don't know.
Well, and they're immortal, too. So, yeah, whatever. I'm actually pretty excited to watch the next one again. I haven't seen it in a very long time, and I've never seen Dial of Destiny. So, like, I'm harping on them based on other people's opinions more so than my own. So I'm curious to go back to those ones. But anyways, this week, we're talking about Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade from 1989. I ask this every week. I know what the answer is. Is this your first time watching this one, Will?
No.
Brian?
No.
Good talk.
What about you, Dan? Oh, wait, you just said you've only seen the other one.
No. This is...
I saw this movie, when it first came out. I think I saw this in theaters. I had a great time watching it then. I've watched it probably a dozen times since. And at the watch party this last Sunday, I had a great time watching it again because I really like this movie.
Very nice. I saw it in theaters. You'd have been like
young,
not to age you, but like 7 or something. Like you'd have been young.
I'd have been pretty young because this came out in what, like
89?
Oh, was it 89? Yeah, I was real young.
I definitely did not see this one in theaters. This would be a good watch in theaters though. Like this is a pretty solid movie, and like we just rewatched this for the watch party. It holds up. Like the special effects like really hold up. I think better than the previous 2 by quite a bit. Now, granted, it's 7 years newer than the previous.
Way better than number 2. Way better than number 2. Number 1's old and it gets an excuse. Number 2, we talked about that. It tanked. The special effects were bad. They were just bad. And this one had great special effects. I was really happy when they went into the flying scene and you had the airplanes going around and you could see all that stuff put in there. You could see that they were doing some green screen stuff. Lot better attempt this time around than Temple of Doom.
Sorry, go ahead, Will.
I mean, I was just going to say they could have added maybe a wind machine to make it look like, they had some gusts going around. It was so calm and so quiet. You could hear a pin drop out there. But aside from that, it looked fun.
Yeah, the plane sequences looked good from a distance. It was just when they did the close-up of Harrison Ford and Sean Connery that you're like, oh, that's them just sitting in a studio somewhere.
And they're talking at like room level volume too. They weren't even yelling to each other.
Nah, they're chilling.
I was like, I can hear them. I'm deaf. I can hear them. What the heck?
Like, I feel like in Raiders of the Lost Ark, you have the same thing, like Indiana Jones in the back of a plane. And I feel like he's in the back of a plane.
Yeah.
Like he's actually yelling over the engine. He's like he's got the snake and whatnot. Whereas in this one, they're just like, basically just doing a side profile like this. Like, what do you say, Dad? Let's go. Not exactly Chris Pratt riding a dinosaur, but pretty close. There was one scene where you first see the Zeppelin where it was clearly a painting.
Yeah.
But they were smart enough to have that be a very quick scene. They're just like, you get a glimpse of what you're looking at, and then they're back to other stuff. Whereas I think Temple of Doom kind of like focused on some of the scenery a little bit too long. There's like, that looks awful, but okay.
So I noticed a few things where they would mix a lower grade of effects, but they would come in strong with something else. For one instance, they went down into the tunnels underneath the library and there were rats and they had the fire and stuff later. But like when they first go down in the tunnels and they're lighting everything with just the lighter, it was a really well lit, challenging shot to film because of the low light, but it looked really good. And I even said it in the watch party. I was like, wow, that was a hard scene to film. And then they moved into the next scene and it wasn't near as good a lighting effect as the first. But unless you were really paying attention, because they let in so strong with a really good scene, you didn't notice that they moved on to more things where they were moving around a little bit further. They were going to be more challenging to light and everything. You didn't notice that it was kind of poorly lit or that there was light coming in from like ambient light in the tunnel, like a lot of times they do, right? It's very challenging as a filmmaker to film dark scenes. For a long time, people just filmed things in the daylight and then filtered it to make it look black. We saw that when we went over some of the spaghetti westerns. But this movie does those sequences, and like special effects, they'll come in with something strong where the special effects look really well. Then they'll throw in something like the blimp on a painting, and you're like, okay, it's quick, it moves past it. So they mixed it really well where, unless you're really paying attention, the bad stuff was kind of sandwiched between, the good stuff.
Yeah, great.
If that makes any sense. But I was impressed with, because they had a mix of good and bad scenes, and they hid them really well.
And as always, they always have used lots of great practical effects, and in this iteration is no different. Lots of great practical in this as well.
Agreed. All right, we kind of jumped to like almost the end of the movie. Let's go back to the very beginning for a second here, because we talked about how iconic the beginning of Raiders is and how goofy the beginning of Temple of Doom is. This one with River Phoenix, I think, is not nearly as iconic as the first one is, but it's a really nice setup. It kind of does that thing that like people mocked Solo for doing, where you're like, oh, and this is how he gets his whip, and this is how he gets his hat, and this is how he gets his jacket. But it did it in a way that didn't feel super ham-fisty, or at least didn't to me. Did it work okay for you guys, or was it kind of, oh, okay, here we go?
I feel like they had 7 or 8 things, and maybe if they had only 3 or 4, it would have felt a little less ham-fisted. It was everything we know about Indiana Jones. This kid learned and imprinted on in a 20-minute chase scene. So it was a little hefty. It was a fun scene, but this movie, more than any of the others, felt like a PG movie, a family-friendly movie. And the intro, maybe because it's a child, leaned into that hard, I think.
It's actually a really good point. Yeah, they definitely toned down the gore, the scary parts, all that stuff from the first one. Like, you do have Duncan at the very end turning to ash, but that's pretty much it.
You could watch it really, really slowly and it wouldn't bother you.
Like over 100
years. Sorry, dumb joke. Edit that out.
No, that's tagged. You can't get away from that. What did you think of the opening, Brian?
I wasn't a big fan of the opening, to be honest. I think it's the weakest part of the movie. I do think that the characters portrayed all of themselves very well. They were great characters. I didn't like how you had this guy who is what Indy is going to grow up to look like. I didn't like that he had the whole getup. If it was just the hat, that would have been fine with me. But the hat, the jacket, the whip, the whole thing, I'm like, what? Why is he just mimicking that dude? That dude wasn't cool enough to have his whole fit mimicked. So I didn't like that. We talked about him falling into the pit of snakes and how that got imprinted on him. And he's supposed to be 13. He looks like a 16-year-old. And I just didn't feel like, because at the beginning he's like, it's just a snake, don't worry about it. And then he falls into a pit of snakes and he freaks out. And suddenly he's just like afraid of snakes for the rest of his life. I'm not buying it. You guys said it was okay. It didn't work for me. And the cheesiness of it was pushing. It was a bit kind of raunchy and campy and a little childish. It didn't take me out of it, but they definitely leaned, like Will was saying, leaned into that kid space and showed where this movie was going to be not quite as graphically violent and more family friendly. So I guess that's okay. But nothing's going to beat the original opener on the first movie. And this one didn't really come close to it for me. But it was fun, and I liked it. It wasn't a bad thing. It's just I didn't like it as much as other people did.
That's totally fair. I don't dislike that it's a little bit cheesy. Like the cheesiness of this one works for me, as opposed to the cheesiness of like chasing the diamond around the dance floor of Temple of Doom. I'm sorry, I'm just going to keep harping on Temple of Doom now that we've seen it, and I can actually talk about my dislike for it. So like the cheesiness of this opening did kind of work for me, and you're right, it is more kid friendly, but that's, like, in my brain, Indiana Jones is kind of supposed to be a kid-friendly experience. Like, adults can enjoy it. It's not made for kids, but by and large, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have one face-melting scene in the first one, you can just close your eyes. You got really nothing in this one that's scary. And then you got the entire second movie you can just skip, so you're fine. Also, I don't think he gets the whip from
No, he gets it in the train.
He gets it from the.
Oh, it gets in the Lion Tamer's ring. That's right. Yeah, that's that. Yeah. That's it. But yeah, like Will was saying, they throw every little thing into that sequence, and it was like, wow, Indy was built in a day. It was a little bit much. It was a bit much.
Sure.
Yeah. The other thing is it kind of takes away from, and not that it ruins it by any means, but I think it almost takes away from the importance of the end of that scene where he goes to his father and his father straight up ignores him. And because that's setting the tone for the entire movie of the relationship these two have. And so after all of these things were like, oh, that's Indy. Oh, that's Indy. That's why Indy's like that. There's Indy. I see Indy. This is Indy. Oh. And then there at the end, you're like, oh, and his dad is there. Cool. So it kind of takes away from the impact of that a little bit, I think.
It was a little weird that like the dad ignoring him and being like, oh, count in Latin or whatever. Okay, sure. But when the police and strangers enter your house and the dad's still completely ignoring the situation, you're kind of like, oh, this guy's just completely checked out. Like, he's not just like trying to be a good dad. He is just ignoring everything around him. It was just weird that he didn't come out and be like, excuse me, officer, the fuck you doing in my house? Like, what's going on right now?
Yeah.
Oh, there's something else I wanted to touch on. Oh, so last week you were talking about how because Temple of Doom is a prequel and he's trading a sarcophagus or something for a diamond, and then he kind of learns that it's like, no, the artifacts are actually the important thing. This one, you see him as a kid and he's already like, that belongs in a museum.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of, like, as much as I don't like the second one, it also did kind of take away any character growth he might have had from the second one by already being on that train.
It's almost like Steven Spielberg tried to erase the existence of the second movie because he didn't like how it turned out, and nor did the audiences. Weird.
I'm not going to argue any part of that sentence.
I mean, it wasn't as clean and definitive as smashing somebody's head with a hammer and pushing him into an acid pool, so we never have to deal with that character again. But yeah, it did kind of feel like they were trying to erase that. Longtime viewers of the show know what we're talking about.
I don't, and I'm on the show.
Mortal Kombat, when they kill off whatever his name was, Captain Forgettable, when they kill him off in the second movie because everybody hated him. Cole Young or whatever his name was. I don't remember.
Cole Young. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. So that was, the intro worked. It gave me the information I needed, probably too much information, but the intro worked and I was happy for it. And the movie is, it gets going. It gets going from here and I like it.
I think I could agree with you that it might be the weakest part of the movie, but only because the rest of the movie is so freaking good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's the worst part of an amazing movie is still pretty darn good.
Now, here's something that I noticed, and you've got the intro that's kind of campy and cheesy and raunchy, and it works well enough, but maybe doesn't sell it 100%. The rest of the movie is just as cheesy and campy and raunchy with their jokes throughout, but I'm in it unsold 100%. So what's the difference? Is it Connery and Ford? Because I think that's what it is. I think it's Connery and Ford, and just sell every magical moment, and it makes it work. Whereas these actors in the intro scene were like, okay, they're here and they're doing it.
I think River Phoenix does a really solid job as a young Indiana Jones. I think
he does too.
Job of being a young Harrison Ford. I just think the charisma of Harrison Ford and Sean Connery individually, let alone together, is just off the charts.
Yeah.
Like every scene they're in, which is admittedly the entire movie, it's just electric. Like it's so good. Like multiple times in the chat, we were just talking like, could anybody have pulled this off but Sean Connery? Like he gives you a look, just like a quick little look, and you get everything that character's thinking at that moment. Like he's so brilliant in this film.
Yeah. A quick aside, you mentioned how River Phoenix did a good job. I agree with that. Harrison Ford actually was the one who suggested River Phoenix because he played Ford's son in a movie prior to this called The Mosquito Coast in 1986. And so they got together really well then. And so playing his son, playing a younger him kind of made sense. And River Phoenix actually didn't watch the movies for inspiration on how to act like Indy. he actually watched Harrison Ford while he wasn't acting, and just took Harrison Ford mannerisms and things like that and brought that to the young Indy character. So I thought that was an interesting little side note for River.
That's pretty cool. It helps when you know the guy, right? Like you can actually spend some time with him and
exactly
learn from him.
Yeah, absolutely. And then on that note, again, of course, yeah, Sean Connery is incredible in this movie. He's pretty great in all movies he does, I feel. And I think it was great. I think Steven Spielberg from day one wanted Sean Connery as his first pick, not only because he's a great actor, but because this is Steven Spielberg's James Bond franchise. He always wanted to direct a James Bond movie. So James Bond being the father of Indiana Jones just was too good to pass up. And so, and not to mention, they just have great chemistry, right? Like it worked out fabulously for the whole movie. So,
and then too,
it's one of those funny things where like I knew that Steven Spielberg wanted to make a James Bond movie, and I knew that Sean Connery was James Bond, but for some reason, watching it during the watch party, it just clicked with me how like Indiana Jones or Harrison Ford is like the violent one. He's killing Nazis. He's punched people in the face. And then you got James Bond in a movie that was supposed to be about James Bond. And he's like the pacifist. And he's like kind of giving India like a bad look every time he kills somebody. Just added a really fun dynamic to it too. Sorry, man.
No, that's exactly where I was going. You know, Harrison Ford or Sean Connery is a pacifist in this film. I think Will pointed that out at the watch party. It works. It just works. And that, you know, he's always looking at his son like, why did you do that? And Indy's like kind of rolling his eyes like, I have to do this. I have to drag you through this because you're afraid to throw a punch or get out a gun or something. And then you have moments where his father uses his wit to save them with the seagulls. And you can, and it's one of those moments where Harrison Ford sells it. You could see it in his eyes, in the scene. He just, the appreciation and respect for his father and the way his father handles himself. You know, even though he has to tow his dad around and save him from Nazis all the time, he still has an incredible amount of respect for his father. And you see that in just a few looks. And there's so many of those moments throughout the scene where these two have ridiculous chemistry and can just, with the smallest amount, show you just volumes in their relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. The first scene you see them together as adult Indiana Jones, at least not the child, when he comes in through the window and he's like dazed and doesn't really know where he is, and you just hear, Junior? Yes, sir. And he like pops right up and like has that like instant respect for his father that's been ingrained in him his entire life. Respect or discipline, whatever it's going to be. But like you get the relationship instantly.
Yes.
100%.
It was really good.
Yeah, and I think Brian mentioned like that these two characters, these two actors carry this movie. And I think that's no doubt the case. Their relationship and the way this was written is very, very well told. And I think the reason why, you know, Sean Connery is this passive, less active person is twofold. One, they're only 12 years apart in age, Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. So they had to age Sean Connery by keeping his beard gray, which he already has anyway, but keeping him in the beard and making him a slower moving character, a more methodical thinking character, whereas Indiana is this clean shaven at all times, action go-getter at all times. So the contrast of that helps sell the age difference as well. Not to mention just great writing and chemistry between them.
Yeah. Somebody in chat was mentioning that the humor this is the one with the most humor of the Indiana Jones movies, at least so far, but sometimes it goes a little too far, tries a little too hard. I'm not entirely sure I agree with that. Like I
don't agree with that at all.
Gags that are supposed to hit pretty well.
Yeah.
Like the one with where he's breaking the floor and you have the guy with the stamp and he just happens to be nailing it at the exact same time the guy's saying, every time. I've watched this movie so many times, and every time it just gets me. The look on the librarian's face when he's doing that is like, what the heck? Puts the stamp up and grabs a different stamp like it's going to make a difference. So good. Or talking to the bad guys like, Marcus is gone. Marcus knows 18 languages, all this other stuff. You'll never find Marcus. He's a ghost. You go back to Marcus like, hello, does anybody speak English? Hello?
No, I don't want to buy that. I don't want to buy that. I would say if the cheese was overboard, it was the Marcus character. There were times where he was a little too much. But I did find out doing some research that he actually was quite seriously ill during the filming of the movie. So that may have maybe changed his character or how he was put on the film for what he could do or what he was capable of at the time. So,
yeah.
I liked Marcus. I thought his character was spot on for me. I think that every joke landed. Some of them might have been close to a miss or not amazing, but every joke got a chuckle out of me, and I had fun with all of them. I don't think that they put in too much. I think that they packed in as much as they could. I don't think they could have got any more humor into this anymore. It would have probably boiled over, but I thought it was just right. So I'm laughing. I'm loving the characters. I loved Marcus. I was a big fan of Elsa. I really liked that she was a very non-traditional female co-star in this film, how she starts out sort of as this love interest that you think is going to be very cliche, but then she turns out to double cross them. She also has heart and feeling, but she has her desires that she wants to see true. So she's constantly witnessing horrific things, but she's still on board with doing stuff with Nazis because it gets her to her goal, which is kind of weird. But I thought she sold it well, and so I really liked her character also, though she did have some points in the movie where I was like, maybe they shouldn't have done that.
I just think it's nice when they give a female actress something to do. You know, like
Yes.
she wasn't just screaming the entire movie. She had plot, she had character. You saw something of who she was as an actual person, even in the points where like she's on the Nazi side, but clearly what they're doing is disgusting her and she doesn't want to have any part of it.
Yeah.
Like the book burning specifically, like you can tell she's just like, like I don't want to be here, but I also don't want to get killed. So I guess I got to go with the winning team for now. Like it helps build her character. And I agree. Like she is an interesting addition to the Indiana Jones universe, albeit short-lived.
Yeah, I agree, Dan. She did have more to do. She got to do Harrison Ford and Sean Connery. So
that's a lucky woman. I'm not gonna lie.
Details.
A little jealous.
No, but to be honest, I feel like you're right. Much better character than Temple of Doom, but still, I don't think she was given enough screen time, maybe, or not enough to do to fully realize her. Because at the end, she's kind of a mess.
Yeah,
she's like, I want to help you, then I want to take the Grail, but I know it can't leave, but I'm going to take it anyway. And then it's a Gollum moment, Lord of the Rings style, where she can't not go for it. It was just kind of not in her character from what we've seen up to that point, where she's so intelligent and so, dedicated and knows exactly every step along the way what she wants to do and how to get where she needs to be. It just felt like a kind of a mess at the end.
Do you guys think when she handed Donovan the cup that she knew it was not the right one?
Oh,
100%.
Because when he starts going and aging, she had no reaction at all. When his hair starts sprouting out of his ears at fast pace, then she starts screaming like Willie. But at the time, it was I really thought she knew what was going on, which made it feel all the weirder when the cup rolls off the cliff and she's like, I can get it. Now, obviously, that's a setup so that Harrison Ford and Sean Connery can have their moment doing the same thing. But it felt a little out of character for her to be deathly obsessed with this cup.
I mean, she's searching for it the entire movie. Like
she does want it, but it's obvious she's gonna freaking die if she doesn't just reach. Like, why doesn't she just reach up and they'll be, hey, let's just get a rope and then we'll all lower you down and you can grab it or something. Like, we got a little bit of time to work with. Yeah, but no. Or the way, it just, I don't know. It seemed a little weird. And I think that was just so they could have the setup for Harrison Ford and Sean Connery, because that was interesting. It was a powerful moment when he says Indiana and he looks back up. And so it was a good setup for that, but it just felt like they were using her character and it was slightly out of place. It felt for me. Not a big out of place. It was a good setup for it, but it's just weird that was that.
It did work better for Indiana because he was actually touching it. So it's literally like in his grasp. Like, he could grab it if he wanted to. I don't know what his plan to do with it is at that point, because the temple's falling down and he knows he can't take it past the seal. So I don't know what does grabbing it even do for him at that point. At least for her, she hasn't drank from it yet, so she doesn't have everlasting life. Indiana and his dad are already fine. They're good.
Well, as far as I know, they don't. Right?
You have to keep drinking from the cup. You have to keep drinking from the cup to heal you.
Continuously drink from the cup. The other knights aged and died.
Yeah.
Right, but aged incredibly slowly. Like, they're not immortal, but because it says when they crossed the desert, they were like excessively old. Like, they weren't.
I think that's when they were carrying when they had the cup with them, right?
They can't cross the seal with it though, so they can't have the cup with them.
I think they brought the cup there.
I thought they brought the cup there and set up the shrine and made the temple so that they could never leave.
And
they left the shrine because the brother won because he was the strongest one, and they went because they had to have the shields telling them how to get back to where the cup was.
Right.
So they left the cup behind with the shield saying this is where the cup is, and then they died in France or Venice.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know once you have to continuously drink from the cup. That's why the one guy was still alive, and the cup can never leave. So the whole thing is like, what's the point of this secret sword society that's protecting this grail that can never leave anyway? Like, nobody can take advantage of this thing anyway.
Couple little plot holes in this one, I thought. Another plot hole, since you mentioned that, was Donovan comes in and he's like, hey, we have half this thing, this rubbing or whatever. We're looking for the other half. And here's how we got it. We got this and we got that. And these things all fell together. And then out of nowhere, he's like, our people believe it's in Venice, and we're going to go to Venice. And they have no explanation of how we get to Venice. Like, what led them to Venice? And they never say. And it was real quick, and they just kind of slap it in there, and they made points that connected up to that. And then he's just like, our people believe it's in Venice. And then they go to Venice, and that was it. And it was like,
you're right, they don't tell us, but they'd already done a 5-minute exposition dump, and like Sean Connery's character found it, and it was in Venice. So like,
yeah, I mean, we didn't need it, and it was just like in Mission Impossible when they're like, this thing's going to destroy the world. What is it? It doesn't matter, and it didn't, because you don't need to know. You know, you just need to know we're going to Venice. That was it, and so it was fine, and I let it slide. But there are, like, if you're paying attention to the plot, there are some big gaps in here that don't make any sense.
Okay, I'm not going to say you're wrong, but there are things like that that don't bother me in the slightest. And then there's like actual plot holes where you're like, okay, there's a logic gap there that doesn't make any sense.
This doesn't have plot holes that bother me too much. Like, I think that the reason we have these guys with little tattoos on their chest and they're trying to kill anybody that gets to the Grail is because they don't want Hitler to set up his mansion on the other side of that shrine and keep drinking from the cup. Because he could just set up shop in there and live forever and direct his armies elsewhere and let everybody come through, take a drink, get back on the field or whatever. I don't know. I could figure out ways to make it work, right? So it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it could work. It could be a bad thing. You got to protect it. Don't let the secret out. Okay, I'll play along. Plus, makes it kind of interesting. What I didn't like about those guys with the little red hats, I love the little red hats, was that they're fighting to the death, blowing each other up in an awesome boat chasing scene, which they took some weird turns there too, but it was fun to watch. They're getting chopped up. They're punching each other. They're shooting each other. Indy's killing like 12 guys over the course of the whole fight. The last guy remains. He takes him to the side, sets him up, and he goes, okay, we're going to let you go. And he's like, cool, we're friends. Peace out. It was so weird. The transition between enemy to ally was instantaneous. And it was like, what? You guys are just fighting to the death a minute ago, a literal minute ago.
He's looking for his dad, man. He's looking for his dad.
What? And it wasn't even like he threatened him, because like the guy's like, I'm prepared to die. My soul is clear. Is yours?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. Okay, cool. We're these people and we're protecting the Grail and we're not going to let you anywhere near it. That's our whole shtick. We cool? And it's like, yeah, I guess. Like, it's just weird how Indy got on him. He's got no leverage, and still the guy like flips and just like, cool, here's everything about us and our organization, and we'll help you out now. Like,
it was a weird turnaround. If he could have said, hey, we're worried the Nazis are going to get it, and Indy's like, yeah, let's not let the Nazis get it, then I could see them being, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of situation. But they didn't even really negotiate that out. They just said who they were, and they're like, "Oh, we're good."
I mean, at least he points out, like, I don't care about the Grail. I just want to find my dad. Like that's something, but it was not quite enough for me. It definitely, like, oh, I hate Nazis too, and like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
it was a little weird.
But again, not enough that I like. I don't have enough complaints that like take me out, but there are definitely things I noticed where you're just like, that's interesting. I don't want to harp on the bad. I think there's way more good in this movie than there is bad. But there's one thing I noticed this time, which I've never really noticed before, when they're fighting on the tank, and Indiana Jones falls down. He's got like he's hanging onto the turret thing on the side, and his satchel catches somehow because like there's no way for it to get around the edge, but he's hanging on by that. And then the Nazi falls off, and he climbs up and gets off, and it doesn't hinder him at all getting like. How does that satchel work exactly? Like, how does it catch on the way down, and then let go on the way up? It's like, all right, sure, I don't care. Like, it's fun. It's the entire point is for it to be exciting, and it was. But like, it's just one of those like, huh, I never noticed that.
A lot of those things are like little, they are little inconsistencies or plot holes, but it's to keep the pace of the movie, and that's very important in an action adventure movie. And so I think a lot of that is like, oh, the Fez guy, yeah, he wants to kill you, but oh, you're on my side. Okay, let's go. Oh, your strap is stuck. This is an intense moment. Okay, that moment's over. Let's go. It's just moving along the movie because it is, there's a lot to get in this movie. So I don't hate it myself, but it is funny when you notice those things happen.
And
I'm not complaining per se. It was just a funny little moment to notice.
I think, as with most of these little things, and they are little things that we're picking at here, because I'm going to, throw it out there. This is a great movie. I love this film. So I'm trying to pick apart little things. These little things that happen throughout this film are fine with me because of like what Will's saying. They're done. They're choices. They made choices when they did this, and it helps the movie to progress faster. It keeps you involved. It keeps you interested. And so when you do notice it, you're like, I'm going to forgive you on this because I'm having such a good time.
Yeah, the rewatchability on this one's kind of through the roof. Like, just the enjoyment, for me at least, on this one is top notch.
Yep, I don't disagree. I've seen this movie plenty. I mean, but that goes for all the movies. I think all three of these movies have been very rewatchable.
Agree to disagree.
That's fine. That's fine. I know Temple of Doom is too dark and scary for some, but for others, it's a great adventure.
I just don't see the. Anyways, never. We talked about that last week. Go check out the YouTube channel. Find out last week's episode if you want to see me rag on that one for an hour. I do like how this one actually did revisit some of the characters from the first one. Like, the second one introduces a lot of new characters, and this one does as well. But it also brings back Marcus. It brings back Sala briefly, but I liked
he's there. It's good.
Making his world feel complete. I do wish we got another short round appearance. That would have been really fun, but so be it. I don't know what Ki Kwan was doing at this point in his career. Don't think much of anything, to be honest, but would have been nice to have brought him in.
They would have to name him Medium Round probably too at that point.
Well, maybe. Give him a real name.
I still call him Slick Shoes from Goonies, so anything works.
Yeah,
isn't it Data from Goonies?
Yeah, it is, but I don't ever remember that.
Oil shoes.
I just remember Slick Shoes, that's all.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay, so that said, they also bring back Pat Roach is back in this movie, albeit so brief. For those of you who remember, he was the shirtless, bald brawler on the plane in the first. He was the child whipper in the second one, who he gets crushed in the rock crusher. And in this movie, he was supposed to have a larger part, but it got cut for editing for time reasons. But he's like kind of like the
Gestapo
Nazis. Yeah, the Nazis like right-hand man. He's kind of the brawler, and they're supposed to have a fight on the blimp, and it just it got cut. And so you see him only briefly for like 3 seconds when they're walking up to the Zeppelin. That's the only thing you see of him. Otherwise, he was supposed to have 2 actual fights in the movie that didn't make the cut, unfortunately.
Oh, that's too bad.
2 separate fights. Interesting.
Yeah, he's the only other actor who made all 3 movies, aside from Harrison Ford. And he was supposed to be in the next one, but unfortunately passed away before it was filmed.
Is he friends with Steven Spielberg or something? Like, how does he keep that track record?
I'm not sure. I think they thought it was just a funny bit to have
Okay.
like this big brawler fight with Indy every movie, and it's the same kind of guy. But he was also, I think, in the James Bond movies. There's a lot of actors that were in James Bond
Oh, okay.
movies that are in Indiana Jones movies. So I think maybe that's where they pulled him from.
Gotcha.
It's kind of funny when you get those reoccurring characters in movies. I was watching Bruce Almighty last night, and there's a character, Hector, a Hispanic gentleman who everyone has seen him because he plays Hector in every single movie. And his opening role was in Bruce Almighty, where a monkey literally comes out of his butt and later goes back into it. And that's how Hector was born, but he's in he's in like 40 movies and he plays Hector. I think it's great when they do that. I love when the character is so good that directors are like, no. We don't want you. We want your character.
Which is great because there's also the other time where people hire an actor and all they get is the same actor every single time.
Yeah.
Then that's a little
Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg.
there's a couple.
Yeah, no, I know. That's just my favorite of the worst. All right. What else you got?
I don't know that I have much of anything else.
Okay. So
we can just sit here and glaze it a little bit. But
well, that's kind of what I wanted to ask about. Now, I really like the closing sequence when Indy has to take on the 3 challenges. Now, those 3 challenges are kind of filled with their own plot holes. If you think about it, like physics plot holes in these for sure, but I still really enjoyed them. And I wish they could have made them less physics breaking to make them work a little bit better. But aside from that, I thought they were a lot of fun, especially the first one where it's lopping off people's heads and Indy figures out the penitent man kneels before God. And I think it's cool that Sean Connery's on the ground and he's talking about it. So it's like, you know, they're in spirit. They're doing this together. I thought it was a great sequence. It was a really fun adventure. And of course, it's topped off with drinking from the Grail itself and the Grail Night, which was very interesting. So that whole last section was just really cool. And it felt like Indy. It just felt like Indiana Jones. It brought me back to the whole the temple where the ball's rolling down after Indy. It felt kind of like that. He's moving through a bunch of booby traps and he's trying to figure it out and he's thinking his way through and he's working at it. Not like in number 2 where he just Harry Potter's his way through everything on accident. This one, he's working at it and I love that.
Me too. And I appreciate the way you mentioned, like, he's a smart guy. He's doing smart things. I will go back a second. Yes, they are physics breaking, but like kind of all of the temples in these movies are like magical physics breaking.
Yeah.
So, like none of them make any sense. Like the Boulder one, as much as we love it, that is a one-time use thing.
Oh, sure.
Like, that thing
every 4,000-pound stone door that slides down and almost gets his hat is a one-time use door.
Well, and even like in the first one, how did the ancient, I don't know, Mayans, whatever the race that is, have light sensors that shoot darts?
Yeah.
You know, like it makes no goddamn sense, but I love it anyways. And so like, that's kind of how I feel about this one. Like, yeah, walking across Yahweh, you can only do one time because if you miss even once, you're never rebuilding that, right? Like, and how do they keep those ones up? I like that you do get the underneath view, so you do see some beams kind of holding certain things up, but like, I don't think those would have held up for the last 2,000 years. I don't think that's going to be.
Oh yeah.
The one thing that always bugs me about this movie, you kind of mentioned it, is the first one, the penitent man. Because like everybody's getting their heads cut off, so you'd think anybody would just be like, "Oh, cool, I should probably duck," because everybody's getting chopped off the neck. But even then, the penitent man kneels before God. Why is there a second razor that comes straight up and down just to fuck with you? So you know you're supposed to duck, you're bowing before God like you're supposed to, and then the second razor just kills you anyways. I'm like, I don't know. And for some reason, it irks me that he has to like duck and roll.
I saw a reason for that actually. Give me a second because I
would love it if you can fix this because I've literally bothered me.
Yeah.
I'm curious why they don't like just walk slowly and watch the blades come out of the wall in front of you first and go, oh, that's where they're at. Okay, I'll just be careful of those. But it seems like they're triggered. They're only triggered when you're in it, apparently. I guess.
there's at least one dead body right there.
Oh yeah, there's a few.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Like, there's probably like a pile. You're just like, huh, I guess that's where I should be careful.
Yeah.
They're like, huh, all of their necks are cut off. I guess I should duck. Like, it feels like the third person should have a pretty good idea what's going on.
Okay, so here it is. There is actually a reason for having two separate blades for decapitating Grail Seekers at the climax. The first one would behead someone who didn't kneel, while the second one would behead someone who pressed his head to the ground. A Christian would kneel, while a Muslim would press their head to the ground. This ensures only a Christian would make it to the Grail.
That's interesting, but I feel like the blade comes up way too high for that. But I like that it at least tried to explain it.
But in the movie, without doing research, no one's going to know this. They don't give us that information.
Oh, no,
we're all
for sure.
wondering what's going on. And yeah, so, but
yeah,
it looked cool with the two blades instead of just one. So I'll give it that.
Agreed. No, it looks cool, but it's just one of those things that always with me. The third one I really like. The optical illusion. I have no idea how they did that, but I don't know how they do any of these temples. But when you see it from his angle, and you really are taking a leap of faith, he has no idea what's going on, but then the camera just moves a little to the side, and you can see exactly what's happening. I was like, that's kind of nonsense, but kind of a really cool effect, and I like the way they,
it's like
they explained that.
Those chalk drawings that you see at ArtCon or whatever, you know, and they're those optical illusions. They look really cool. Good ones are really trippy. And this one, he's in that tunnel where he can't look around the outside, so it makes sense. But later, he throws the sand across it, and it's fucking invisible when he throws the sand across it. I'm like, you just ruined it with that. Just show it at an angle and the sand goes across the picture. That's fine. That works fine. I don't know why they had to make it invisible when he throws the sand across it. That ruined that one for me.
I don't fully disagree. I know he has to throw the sand across to, like, because he's helping them get across, right? Like, he's kind of explaining this is what you do to get to where I'm at.
Yeah.
So that's why he does that. But also it kind of ruins it because, like, you're in the desert for 200 years. Like, there would have been some sand,
some dust on it. Yeah.
I don't know that it would be squeaky clean at this point, but okay, sure. It's a movie and it was cool.
Like a vulture just comes down and lands on the middle of it, and Indy's like, "Oh, okay, it's a painting."
Yeah, like
birds are stupid. They try to go through windows. Like Mach 10, just bam. Yeah, but I do like the look of it regardless. Shoot, I had something else there, but as opposed to if it had just been invisible and you just have to believe like somehow they managed to make this thing. I like that there was an explanation for it that did make some semblance of sense. Not perfect, but enough.
No,
and then of course you got the combat with the 700-year-old
the Grail Knight.
Yeah, and then the fifth trial, which is of course the cups, which we've talked about, which I think is actually very clever. I like that it wasn't like, obviously she sets him up, but even then when they finally see it and they're like, that's the cup of a carpenter, because it would be super plain.
Yeah,
like it. Yeah. I really do like that as opposed to what the Nazi thinks. They're like, oh, it's gold. Of course it would be. This is the cup of a king. No, he was not a king. He was not.
Question: since all those other plates and cups and dishes and stuff were not the Grail, could you take those past the seal and put them in a museum or sell them or just pull the gems out and be rich?
Oh, 100%.
Right?
Yeah.
I definitely think
opportunity lost right there, stupid Nazis.
But that
Grail Knight might not be a big fan of yet. But
exactly. The Grail Knight out of a job, man. He's been polishing those things for hundreds of years.
Just leave him 2 cups. The next guy
50-50. Is it this golden plate or is it the cup?
Yeah.
Which do you think Jesus drank from?
Yeah.
I do like this movie does have a few more as much as I love Raiders, the one thing is it doesn't have any real quotable lines. Like maybe you could have like, I don't like snakes, but that's kind of it. Like this one's got a couple more that you hear a bit more often, especially at the end. He's chosen poorly. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way my brain works, but I hear that one or I say that one fairly often. Take quite
fun
one.
Quite memeable as well. That one's memed out a lot. He's chosen poorly for sure.
Yep. One of my favorite moments, since we're kind of just throwing stuff out here, one of my favorite moments is when Indy and the tank go over. Everybody thinks Indy's dead. Sean Connery does a really good job of talking about it. 5 minutes would have been enough. I never said the things I wanted to do, all of those things. Indy comes back up and he's looking over their shoulder and trying to figure out what they're looking at. And then he's alive. And his dad hugs him, and the look on Harrison Ford's face, oh my God, I don't think there's a man in America that doesn't understand the emotion going through him right then and there. That father-son relationship, finally getting the love and respect from your father that you wanted, had to almost die to do it. It was short-lived, but Indy's reaction in that moment, Harrison Ford's reaction, his acting in that moment was absolutely priceless. I really liked that one.
I'm going to extend that a little bit because I agree with everything you just said, but I think pretty much everything from when he climbs up the side of the hill till the end of that scene, Harrison Ford is just firing on all cylinders.
Yes.
Like when they're all looking over the edge and he comes up and he is like battered, he's bruised, he's exhausted, and he's just like, oh yeah, wow, that was close. Like he doesn't say anything. It's all on his face. You can just tell he's like, whew, yeah, that was a close one. And then his dad turns and like does the double take, gives him the great big hug, and he's like, "What is happening?" Okay. And then his dad leaves and he collapses, and his dad's like, "Come on, Junior, get off your butt. We're so close." He's just like exhausted. And then it should be a cheesy moment, and I love it anyways. His hat blows up towards him.
Yep.
He lost his hat earlier, and like they're like, "Come on, Junior, we're almost there." And his hat comes out of nowhere. Just be like, "Yeah, let's go."
No, it was so on the nose and over the top that it worked. It was like, how else is he going to get his hat back? It's one of those things. They made a choice. We're going to do it this way. And even though you know this is ridiculous, it works. And so I like it for that. I like it.
Yeah, I think with the heart and the investment in these two characters, you can get away with a lot. You know, their relationship, you can see the strain in it throughout the movie, but you can also see how they're so similar in their own ways. And having that great dynamic between the actors, that chemistry, allows you to push all of the cheesy jokes in there without it feeling too much. But again, it's also kudos to the writers to finding that balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great balancing act that they put through there, especially with those two characters.
I think it's a sign of the times a little bit as well, because this movie does it really, really well, where there are emotional scenes, there are high stakes scenes, and there are comedic scenes, but they don't really overlap all that much. Whereas newer movies, I'm thinking like Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder, also the newest Masters of the Universe, it's like they throw in too much humor and at the wrong times so that it undercuts the emotional moments. Like when you're supposed to be caring about these characters and their journey, then they throw in a silly joke and it kind of takes all the air out of the room. Whereas in this movie, like that last sequence with the Grail Knight and everything, there's not really any levity in that scene. It is just the emotional end of the journey for this movie. And they trust the audience to just go with them and enjoy it. And I really like that they understand when to be funny and when to not. And it seems to be an art that we seem to have lost a little bit in the new Marvel age. And I realize I like Marvel more than either of you do. So I'm kind of like,
I agree,
bashing my own brand a little bit.
But they call it the Marvel effect.
Yeah, exactly. And like watching the new Masters of the Universe, it felt very much like a Disney Marvel movie, despite the fact it has nothing to do with either one of those. And I did like the movie, but it was just like some of the humor choices just didn't work. So watching this one afterwards was like, yeah, this is how you do it. You have the levity, and then you have the character work, and you don't need to mix and match.
Yeah, a great chef knows not just to add the ingredients, but when to add the ingredients and how much of those ingredients. And Spielberg's a master of that, and this movie showcases it really well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I always harp on scripts, right? Like, if you don't have a good baseline, the good bones, you can only grow so much before it collapses on itself, right? And so this one has a great script to start. Then you add the great actors that have those characters written for them. Then you have the great director that can throw in other things as well. And it just grows and grows and lets you have all of these wonderful moments without it feeling too much or without it falling in on itself. And I just don't think a lot of modern day movies do that. I think early Marvel had a really good line on it. Later Marvel kind of has lost that edge a little bit. because they're pumping out too much, and then other studios are just trying to copy that formula because it made Marvel $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie does it well. In fact, they do it great. This movie packs in more than anybody else could, right? You have car chases, boat chases, plane chases. You have fist fights, gun fights, explosions. You've got snakes and lions and alligators and rhinos. You've got everything in this movie. You've got all the stuff that made the original indie movie great, right? Tomb raiding, temple hunting, all kinds of fun stuff. It's all packed into this with amazing acting, great characters, great dialogue, a script that is good enough to get me to enjoy everything that happens. I think this movie is every bit as good as the original Indiana Jones and maybe even a little bit better. I love this film, and I think everybody else should be watching this at least once.
Okay, that's gonna be the end. We're gonna go to Patreon after that. That was beautiful, but also I feel like that's just your score. Like I feel like you could have just given a number at the end there and been.
Oh yeah.
We'll give that a second. I forgot I need to add something, so give me 2 seconds, and this will just get cut out.
No worries. And then of course at the end of this movie we get the joke within a joke, the real life dog named Indiana, which inspired the name for Indiana, which then made it into the movie that his dad tells him that's the name of the dog, your junior Henry. So that's funny, and the joke within the joke is really funny as well.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, we had Burnsy joined the Patreon, and I just forgot to I added him to the card, but I never added the card to Restream. So I just had to
right.
upload that. So
Thanks, Burnsy.
If you like what we do and you want to help support us, consider joining our Patreon. There's a link down below. Thank you to our producers, as well as our executive producer, Dino, and of course our head writers, Elder JM990, Miss Hillary, and Real Bubba Hotep. Thank you all very much.
Yay.
Yes, Windstorm, you're still there. All right.
I've said everything that I can say about this movie. I gave Raiders of the Lost Ark a 92, and I want to give this one a 93 because given the chance to watch both movies, I'm going to pick this one over that one. Probably the thing that does it for me is Sean Connery. He's freaking amazing, and he's freaking amazing in this movie. So 93 for me on Last Crusade.
I also apparently did not have my scoring screen up, so
whoop, whoop.
a second. 93. That's not right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Sorry.
Yes, 93 for him.
No, it's because the one above it was not a 92, but of course, Temple of Doom is in there. I just tried my best to forget it.
Dan really harping on Temple of Doom.
Wow.
Wait till he sees the next two films. He's gonna shut up about Temple of Doom. He's gonna, please give me the temple back.
What's up, W Tran? We see you, buddy. Apparently Twitch does not, but we can. So, is what it is.
Thanks for hanging on YouTube. Appreciate you.
We do appreciate you. Everybody hanging out at YouTube. Everybody hanging out on Twitch. Everybody hanging out with us at all. No matter where you come from, we appreciate you immensely. All right, let's close that. I've said it before, Indiana Jones is one of my favorite franchises. I think these movies are absolutely cinematic magic. I really love Raiders of the Lost Ark. I also really love Last Crusade. And honest to God, it is a coin flip based on the day, which one I prefer more. I think the first one is more iconic. I think this one is more rewatchable. I don't think there's really an issue with either one of them. We can harp on them a little bit here and there. Maybe I ding up 1 point for the plot or something silly. But at the end of the day, this is a movie that I've watched many, many times, and I will continue to watch many times. I adore it. That said, yes, I'm probably going to give this another 100. But before you guys go, oh, he just gives hundreds to everything, I was thinking about it. I can only think of one other movie in one other franchise that I would give 100 to as of right here, right now. Now, maybe we'll watch something I've never seen before, and that'll change my mind. But before you're like, oh, he gives 100 to everything, I really only can think of one more movie that's going to earn that title. and I don't even know if we'll ever get to that franchise or not. So, anyways, Last Crusade, I think it's incredible. I think it's insanely rewatchable for a movie that is almost 40 years old, and the humor still works. I can still show it to my kids. The effects still hold up. I just think this is the globe-trotting adventure that Indiana Jones is supposed to be, and I adore it.
Nobody saw that coming.
I know, right? I'm shocking. Tune in next week when I give another 100. No.
All right, time for me to be the bad guy, I guess. I think Steven Spielberg and George Lucas went out of their way to overcorrect from Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom it wasn't as well received, obviously, as the first movie. It was darker, it was more gritty, it was a little different, which is, not always a bad thing. It definitely gave us a sequel or prequel that wasn't the same thing. Then they doubled down on this movie. The Last Crusade is just a blueprint of the first movie and just pushed it to the extreme. But what stood out in this movie is the relationship building and the character building of Indy and his father. And that's what makes, to me, the blueprint sequel acceptable in this case, because it is just so well done. The characters are so great to watch. And Brian was mentioning how great Sean Connery is in this. And I think when you pair two great actors together, they can play off each other and build something even greater than just the one actor themselves. And I think this is a great example of that. This movie is also the most PG. It's the most family friendly. I consider the other two movies more action adventure with comedy. I consider this one more a comedy adventure with action, which isn't a bad thing. Again, it's the evolution of the movie, of the franchise, which is fine. Again, seeing the evolution makes it better than just a carbon copy. But overall, I do still feel like Raiders of the Lost Ark trumps it for me. This one's an 88 out of 100. Still a phenomenal movie. Still well worth watching all three of these movies. And then maybe next week we'll find out if it's worth continuing on or not.
Sorry, 88, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Plus 88 plus 80 equals divided by 387. Oh, your score didn't change. Weird. Okay.
My score didn't change. I don't know what that means.
Your average.
Wow. Wow. Like I haven't heard that my whole life.
Womp womp. 95 plus.
I don't have any other fun bits to mention. Oh, I guess I can mention the writer of this one. It's a new writer again, Jeffrey Boehm, who also wrote the scripts for the Lethal Weapon movies. So if you like the comedy here, maybe you like the comedy there. I don't know. Another franchise we might have to hit somewhere along the way. I don't know how many there are. Those 5 or 6 as well. Probably.
Sorry, Lethal Weapon?
Yeah.
There's 4, I think, isn't there?
Oh, was it 4? Okay.
There might be a 5th one that I'm not 100%.
Well, there's the 3 originals and then the remake or the soft reboot.
Oh, there's a soft reboot? I thought there was a TV show, right?
There was a TV show.
Oh, I don't remember the TV show. I just remember Naked Gun, Naked Gun 2.5, Naked Gun 33 1/3.
That's not the movie.
So, were we not talking about Naked Gun? Did I just zone out again?
Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. Oh, yeah. There's 5 lethal weapons. Okay. Sorry, my bad. Somehow I was thinking about
time there, folks.
Sorry.
Remember when Dan mentioned at the beginning of the show how like Brian sometimes just seems like he's zoned out? Or
there was an advertisement on my other monitor. It distracted me.
Yes, there are some Naked Gun movies as well. Yes, there is a reboot for sure. I do recall. Dan, I did also see Masters of the Universe.
Oh, what'd you think?
I'd say it's a C plus.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on this. I have no desire to see that film. I've watched those trailers for it, and I was like, man, I used to play with those action figures, and you guys just, I don't know, I didn't like it.
Okay, I did not watch the TV show growing up, so I'm walking to this relatively blind. Like I might have caught an episode here or there. I was old enough that I know the toys. Like my friends had them. I had a couple from like yard sales, but like it was not my thing. The movie was way more fun than I thought it was going to be. And if they toned down the humor or nailed the humor, I probably would have absolutely loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But anytime it starts getting going and taking itself seriously, Skeletor and Evil Lyn come in and go and completely fucking ruin every momentum they had.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, right, this is a dumb cartoon kids movie. Cool.
Yeah.
But like when it's taking itself earnestly, it's good. And like even their explanation for some things I really enjoyed. Will's giving me a funny look, and I get it. But
No.
I enjoyed parts of it a lot.
You're not wrong about a lot of that. Although some of the plot near the end falls apart big time. Just with the whole like the He-Man Adam is trying to be like, you know, a man isn't just brute strength and warrior, and then it just falls into brute strength and warrior anyway. So it's like they really just kind of detract from their whole purpose.
Were they trying to overlay the opposite message of what He-Man always stood for? Because He-Man was what a lot of people now call toxic masculinity. He was a guy who got buff and bashed people in with a sword and stuff. And as a kid, it was fine. It was what we did back then. You wanted to bring on the power of the sword and go after people in the muscles and all that. And that's what it was.
Yeah, they're selling toys.
So
I, again, didn't watch it, but I was listening to a podcast, and they were saying he was always kind of a violence is a last resort type.
Yeah, he was like a pacifist in there. He never wanted to wield the sword, but it always came down to that, right? He always had to bring on the power and go to town on the bad guys. Is how it always ended. He never did use intellect or kindness to get anything done in the show, although he always wanted to. And so it's, I don't know, I guess I'd have to watch it before I could critique it, but I just think that if you're trying to put that kind of messaging on He-Man, you picked the wrong platform.
But that's exactly what it is. Like, you correct me if I'm wrong, I'm doing two things at the same time. It's him wanting to be a pacifist and resorting to violence when it's necessary. That's exactly what this movie is. It's him wanting to be to talk out things and not have to go down the route that they have to go down.
Right. But if you're gonna, if your message is to ultimately like, hey, let's use kindness and intelligence, that's not how it ends with He-Man. He always ends up getting the power and slashing people with a sword.
Then you like this movie.
It's like watching Voltron and they don't fucking connect, man. Like what what are you gonna do? Like that has to happen or it's not what you signed up for.
But that's, you're describing the cartoon and that is what the movie is, and then complaining that it's not what there's a disconnect in my brain.
Oh no, I thought Will was saying that they were trying to press the message that you know, that it's not about being strong and beating your opponent, but that's what He-Man always had to do to beat his opponent.
No, it definitely is him wailing on people. Like that's happening. It's just not the.
Like I said, I haven't watched the film, so I'm not. I probably just shouldn't even weigh in on the conversation.
No, it's fine. It's interesting. It's Bubba Hotep had a great way of putting it. I'm trying to remember what the wording was. Kind of it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war, right? So like you can be the pacifist, but you still need to be able to step up when it's time to step up.
Yeah.
As opposed to always being the weakling, always being defenseless, never really being able to take care of yourself. Like he can still take care of business.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't have heart and soul and try to figure out other ways. I don't know. It didn't bump up against me, but I'm whatever. I was fine with the messaging there.
I'll take your guys' word for it and pass on He-Man.
That's fair. I'm not trying to sell a ticket.
I actually think Amazon, because Amazon made this, right? I think they're banking on it making the streaming service. Like that's where people are going to watch it. I think that's what they always thought. And like if enough people watch it on streaming, they'll boot in for another movie. I think they always knew it wasn't going to do.
Oh, certainly. They're hitching their wagon to the IP. That's what it is. And those IP movies like Mortal Kombat, like He-Man, like somebody's going to make a Voltron movie. Just wait, it'll happen. Those things are going to be big sellers on streaming platforms. That's where because people know that this isn't going to be a quality made film. It's going to be something I watch for nostalgia. So I'm not going to pay top dollar. I'm going to watch it when it comes to my favorite streaming platform. And that's fine. That's the market they're in. That's it. I just prefer movies where somebody takes a big swing, like all three of the first Indiana Jones movies. They took big swings in all three of these movies. And I think that whether you like 2 or not, they tried real hard for some stuff. 3, they swung for the fences, and I think it was a home run. And number 1, of course, everybody talks about number 1 being one of the greatest films ever. So, these are movies where they tried real hard. Those are the kind of films I want to go see in theaters. Those are the kind of films I want to tell people, hey, go watch this, because whether the execution was flawless or not, somebody put their heart and soul into this and tried real hard.
The one thing I will say is, as a Transformers fan, I really was jealous that somebody had the balls to put the 1982 cartoon on the big screen. Like, none of the characters are named like Ram Man isn't like Serge Galahad. Like, he's fucking Ram Man. Now, there's a great reason why he's called Ram Man, and I'm fine with that. But they did it, and he looks like the toy. Mechanic, which is ridiculous concept, looks like the toy. Meanwhile, I'm here as a Transformers fan, and the closest I can get is flaming Optimus Prime, and I'm just like, oh, just do the thing that we want. Like, I get you have to also make it new for like new audiences and try and appeal to new people, and every time Transformers does give me closer to what I want, it bombs. And when they give me Michael Bay, it does really well. So but it was just one of those things where I'm like, this is all I wanted. This is all I've ever wanted, is just Transformers to look like 1982 but on the big screen. Give me that. And they just never will. And Masters of the Universe got on the second try. And I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, no, they definitely went all in on the looks, basing it on, again, like the TV show, right? They based it on the toys, and the movie is based on the toys. So the looks are all banging. Although I did find it funny that they had to just put Prince Adam in like long sleeve button ups and try to make him not look jacked throughout the whole movie, and it doesn't work at all.
He's at the gym and he's confused about what to do. Meanwhile, he's got back muscles ripping through his shirt. I'm like, dude, what the heck?
It's so funny, but the attempt is there, I guess.
So
there was moments. There was moments for sure.
I didn't have a bad time. It needed to pick a lane, either be a comedy or take itself seriously, and I wished it had taken itself seriously. Just again, the comedy just did not land for me very much, and
a lot.
It consistently took me out.
They could have taken out 50% of the jokes, and it would have been a better movie.
Oh yeah. And, like, that's not to say that like there was humor in there that did work for me. Like on Earth, I actually thought it worked out pretty well. Like that humor was okay. But Skeletor should have been, like, for lack of a better term, scary. And him being the comic relief is just weird to me.
He wasn't super scary in the cartoon either, though.
He was a little more whiny in the cartoon, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't know. I get that argument, and again, maybe it's because I didn't watch the cartoon, but like they nailed, like he's a sorcerer with a skull for a head who's trying to kill people. Like for somebody who doesn't watch the show, it feels like he should be a scary character. It feels weird that
he should be the star of a slasher franchise, is what he should be by that description,
But he does all that in the movie too.
Again, maybe if it was actually funny, I would have given it more of a pass.
That would help.
But the fact that like the whole like, when I'm done laughing, I have a crescendo. See, I was like, fuck, right off. This took way too long for the entire audience. My theater was packed, crickets, and I'm just okay, that didn't work for anyone. All right, let's see here. You guys get to go back to the actual show?
Yeah,
let's go.
Cool. Did I download the right thing? I did not. Good for me. All right. Download for real this time, would you? How excited are you boys for 24 Jump Street being in development? That's a great question, Skinny Matthew. I was going to ask that after the show, but this is, well, actually, you know what? I am ready to go now. We'll get back to that in a second.
Whoop, whoop.
I wish I could put it in before we get to the screen, but whatever. And with that, we have Indiana Jones reclaiming the top place at 86, 88, and an 87 for a grand total of 87, just nudging out Kill Bill. There's still 2 more to go. We'll see if it can retain this spot. I sincerely doubt that it will, but I like seeing it here for now. What do you guys feel about Indiana Jones being our #1 franchise temporarily?
I mean, I would be... I can't argue with this. It's my score, so obviously it's bang on.
It's killing me a little bit that I'm the red score on this one. Like, that's just wild to me, but okay, sure.
Well, you shouldn't have thought so poorly on #2, I guess.
You should have done a better job.
I think as a 3-piece trilogy, this is the home for Indiana Jones. Things change as we move forward. But this is fantastic for right here. So I'm pretty happy with this. We know it will go down because the other movies just aren't up to this par, and so it'll definitely drop down. How far? I have no idea, and I'm very curious about that myself. So we'll see.
Now this also, well, actually, give me half a second.
There's also putting another Indiana Jones in the top 10, isn't it?
Fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah, I know. Just
Now
throwing out hundreds.
Now this also brings a second Indiana Jones into our top 10 list at #2. Like, this does come in just below Raiders of the Lost Ark, which I think is appropriate. But what do you guys think? This knocks out the good, the bad, and the ugly off of our top 10, and in fact knocks out all 5 of the, because we had a 5-way tie at 84. This gets rid of all of them, which is a little bit cleaner. Puts 2 Indiana Jones on the top, which I am absolutely okay with, but also a little weird.
It feels cluttered with 2 indies on the top 10. Of course, I think, does our top 10 list, it includes Patreon picks? City of God, right? Was a Patreon pick. So we've got single one-off movies in here, and I think as we get more singular movies, non-franchise movies, I think we'll see Raiders probably lower down, maybe spread apart. I'm not really sure, but it's kind of crazy. We got 2 at the top right next to each other. That feels a little weird to me.
95 is going to be a hard number to beat, but yeah, I have faith that there's something out there. There are 2 Alien movies on the list as well, so both of us have a franchise kicking it here in the top 10.
I don't want to sound like a complete a-hole, but I'm going to.
It
looks like this list is quite biased and maybe hand selected the movies we wanted to watch at some point down the line here.
I mean, we didn't get to choose 2 of them by any means. The audience got to pick those 2.
Yep.
I've always allowed us to choose whatever franchises we want. You guys just don't usually throw options out, so I just kind of pick the ones that I want to choose. But there's still some very good franchises that we have not touched yet, so we'll see if they can crack onto this list.
Yeah, there's plenty of great franchises out there and solo movies that Patreon could pick that could definitely upset this list even more so. Yeah. I think the Indiana Jones are probably going to be tight knit together for a long time at 95, 94, though.
I don't disagree. The one movie on this list that's a little out of place, and it's funny because I'm the one that gave it such a great score, is Prey. I feel like we've reviewed better movies than Prey, and yet it is that high on the list. I don't necessarily dislike my score. I really enjoyed Prey. Maybe a little high. Like, maybe it should be more like a 90 than a 95. But regardless, that's the only one on this list where I'm kind of like, does that belong? Everything else I think is very well deserved. I think the scores might have got a little high on Prey because we were wanting somebody to do a Predator movie right, and they did Prey right. You know, we talked about it has its flaws. You can always check those videos out, but they did Prey right, and I think we're excited about that, about a cool franchise getting done right. So that helps. So. And honestly, I know for sure we've got some other franchises coming up. There may be some movies that are going to be, I don't think it's going to get 100. I think it's probably going to get a 97 from me, but that's the highest I've ever gone.
So, and those are some franchises that are coming up shortly. I'm very much looking forward to it. So there's going to be some good movies out there. And if you guys feel the same as I feel about some of the movies in that specific franchise, I think we'll be breaking up the Raiders and we'll see them split a little bit. Maybe even both of them drop down.
Interesting. I know what's coming up, and we will see. Okay, that's actually a pretty good out right there. I'll just do the outro, then we can talk a little bit. Well, that's our rating of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, but what's yours? Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. We record this live over at twitch.tv/The Monguli Show every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can head over there and hit the follow button if you want to hang out with us while we're recording this. Or if you made it this far in the video, you can hit like and subscribe so we see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
All right. So as I mentioned, there's only one other franchise that I can think of that has a for me perfect film. And again, I say for me because I have no idea where you guys will land on this and if we'll even get to that franchise. So it's not like, oh, Dan's just going to keep throwing out hundreds left, right, and center. It's just like not even Spielberg does it for me, but like when he hits pretty hard. And some of the other movies that I also think are just absolutely perfect aren't franchises. Thank goodness, knock on wood.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about those unless like Patreon does them or we do them for next March. But I realize giving out 2 in one franchise is maybe a little bit ridiculous, but also
if that's the truth, that's the truth, man. That's what happens.
It's really hard to not like it's hard to because even the nitpicks that we're picking at don't really bother me. Like they're fun to talk about and be like hee, but like I don't care. The magic of this movie is ridiculous. Thank you for the raid run. Appreciate you, buddy.